Hey you! Subscribe to the Planet fucking Cray podcast.
For you guys.
I mean, too late.
Yeah,
Welcome to Planet Cray Podcast.
yeah.
My name is Nikolai. We have Ali, DB Talks, and Jezai with us today. Topics today
let's go.
are new news. A lot of stuff came out recently. A lot of news for us to talk about. Finally, we also got some really stupid release dates for North America, which is just honestly offensive to me a little bit. We're also talking about Vanguard and if we have time, we may be talking about Afterglow if not, we'll push that to next week. On to Vanguard If. Starting out with the show, just a synopsis. The magical girls, Emmy and I forget the other chick's name because they're not important to me. Emmy and the other girl's name. They defeat Grayon by calling Blaster Blade, and spoiler alert. Next stage, was it?
That was Chrono Jet.
Oh, Chrono Jet, yeah. It's calling Chrono Jet. And they defeated Grayon by doing that. Then releasing the jammer version of Koji Ibuki in their world. And the second their world Koji Ibuki woke up. Then Koji Ibuki from our current timeline in Vanguard phased away. Fortunately, their Koji Ibuki was able to put the deck into Chrono's locker. We got a glimpse of Chrono at the very end as the girls watched him walk in there as they followed Koji Ibuki to see what he was doing and together. So, following that, you have stars aligning better for the Magical Girls, which is how they're telling the world being back in order. And then there's the book for Koji Ibuki and Suiko. So they see the book adding more pages, being flippable, and then all of a sudden everything just goes crazy again. Their head guy disappears. I forget his name. And then the book opens, pages disappear from the book, text disappears from the book, and then Suiko and Koji Ibuki get sucked into the book and into another world that we yet know of. That being said, what were your thoughts, Ali, DB Talks, and Jezai?
You want me to go first, or you want DB Talks to take it?
Well, I was just going to say about the episode. I mean, I just felt like there was a missed opportunity that Rebel brought up a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if he brought it up on one of the podcasts or it was off air, but there was kind of a missed opportunity. They could have done it to where it was Grayon versus Harmonious Messiah.
Oh, that would have been good, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good parallel, but they didn't do that.
They whipped
No, they did Grayon versus Blackman and Chrono Jet, which honestly, I won't lie, that fight sequence was pretty lit.
Oh, it was fire,
Animation was a bit trash, but it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But
I just need to point out that dab from Blaster Blade and Chrono Jet was just kind of fire for me. I was like, hey.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That was pretty lit. That little dab that they did.
Yeah,
That was pretty
the whole
lit.
part was clean. Yeah. And after that, it just kind of started going. Oh, I didn't know how long that fight lasted until the show was over. I'm like, wait, what did I just watch? I feel like the whole 30-minute show, to me, felt very short. It felt like it was 15 minutes. And it felt like I didn't get a lot of context out of it. I learned very little new about the world, except for they're trying to set it back in the timelines back in order. The magical girls are using stars, and Koji Ibuki, Suiko, and I forget the Tatsunagi person. No, it's not Tatsunagi. What's his name?
Man.
Who was singing?
No, man.
Yeah, him.
No, man.
Yeah. Are using this book.
So, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but in the fight between Chrono Jet and Grayon, when Chrono Jet was, zooming around Grayon, he was using his little freaking bulb things on his shoulders as cannons. I thought, bro, that's so clean.
Yeah, that was fire.
It was lit. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. DB Talks, what are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I mean, I thought the fight sequence was really cool.
Clearly.
Yeah, I liked how they give a fist pump, Blaster Blade and Grayon. That was, or not Grayon, Chrono Jet. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next episode. To be honest.
I'm be honest. I didn't hate this episode. I liked it a little better than I liked the last episode. We did get more
for sure.
context. Jazai believes that he feels like we were expected to soak in a lot of information within the short time frame. And I think the episode was about 20 minutes, 30 minutes long. It's the same length as in general. I think it just felt like there wasn't a lot of extra context. They were showing us things, but they're showing us things that it's really hard to show without information. Like, they're talking about the stars aligning, and then we're seeing the stars coming back, going out of whack even more. As like, the more we do, the crazier things get, and it's like, I'm not 1000% sure what's going on with that, but it looks interesting. I don't hate it. I feel like Emmy and I forget the other magical girl's name. I'm so bad with names. What's the other magic? Shuko. Yes, Emmy and Shuko. All right, I feel like Emmy and Shuko were just basically cute bait. Personally, they're adorable little people, and I don't hate them. They have a very Roomy Labyrinth-like relationship without the evil part.
So, like, I don't honestly, like Snowflake said, I don't hate it. I don't hate this episode. They have me hooked. It's like, like they have me like on the edge of the hook. Like they're taking me along on one with the journey, but I feel like one little slip up, I'm not gonna like it anymore. So, I'll watch the next episode. The next episode was kind of dumb, but I'll deal with it.
We'll get to see if I was right or not last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
About my pop quiz question, but we'll get to see who is taller, Essica or Suiko. Hopefully.
I think
really random by that throw out there.
I think Essica maybe. I don't know. It's good to see Essica again though in the tease with ultra rare this time without Suiko for some reason. She's kind of weird. Apparently, Rekka is like Nanami, and she just doesn't grow. Nothing. Okay, I was like, it's like Jeb Bush over here, like, please clap. Ew. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a decent show. Nice action sequence. More lonely at Ibuki, not understanding what's going on in the world. He feels like a complete failure. And
I kind of giggled when I saw Ibu get freaking destroyed all the time. I had a laugh.
It was hilarious. It was funny.
I think it seems like it's starting to make sense, like how this can fit into.
It's coming together, yeah. I think
story.
Yeah, the world's coming together. I feel you.
So basically, the place that they sent Ibuki to, that was the actual world, but the one he's from is from the If world, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that can kind of make sense, yeah.
No, Ibuki's from the actual world. The one they sent him to is from the If world.
See, that's where because it kind of bothers me because like they never explain why Aichi's evil. Well, I guess they will, but I don't know. And why she has powers. I don't know. We'll see.
Jazai feels like the fight was funny and had a lot of high points to it. Well, humorous, not funny. And he wished they started with world building slightly earlier to establish a better pace. I mean, I feel you. But, I mean, not everyone wants to go deep in the world building. I get it. He agrees with that, yeah. I mean, it's I can't tell if I'm gonna love it later on or if I'm just gonna start hating it. But I'm very much like I can give or take this anime, and that's not a good thing so far. Because we were just eating up the Shin saga, the Shin arc, or we were just like num 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 num, give me more. Like I could take 3 more seasons of Shin and Mark shenanigans.
To be honest, like the Shin arc to me, it was good at the beginning, and then I was like, okay, this is getting pretty good. And then it got a little bit boring, and then now it's getting pretty good again, And I was like, okay, we saw Shin versus Chrono. Okay, where is GV era? So let's get it. Oh, we're getting this.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I can chill with this.
I mean, they solved the get Chrono the deck very early in the game, very early in like the series. So I'm not sure what the end game is. I guess they're gonna probably try to get Aichi in the future because Aichi's jammed. It definitely does seem like the end goal is to get Aichi unjammed. And to do that, they have to go through other characters, which means we should probably be seeing Kamui and Miwa and Kai and a lot of
Ren
other people
and Misaki
jam. Yeah, Misaki,
and
of course,
and
Misaki.
all the characters,
Just
all of them.
jam it up. You know, this
Jamma,
might be
jamma.
worse. Yeah, jam up. You know, we'll start seeing more of that. Jazai agrees that it does seem like a major coin flip for him too. And that he would just rather more to see 2 more seasons of his Gen arc as well. I think if anyone else has any other things on that, I just don't. I find it hard to be passionate about this at all right now. Nothing else on the.
Do you want to get I don't think so. I think we pretty much talked it to the best we can.
Yeah. Alright, into topics 2. There's been a lot of news and a lot of information out lately.
Yeah,
we've got Luar teases, Gorilla teases, Rising Nova teases, apparently a new Mega Colony marker similar to 7 Seas with, I believe it's Gorilla, correct? We got Phantom Blaster Overlord, Gaia Empire, all of this will be in the next set, which is called currently Phantom Dragon Heart. We have all of the Afterglow releases, which will be a bigger conversation later on down the line. We also got Grand Gallop. Great Cosmic Hero Grand Gallop released with a really interesting ability. And we got some release dates. To start, Majesty Lord Blaster will be coming out October 22nd, which is just stupid. Silver Dust Blaze will be coming out September 4th, which is also just dumb. This just shows how much
real quick,
complacency from our top tier content creators have allowed the Western world to be just like looked past in a lot of ways.
Oh my god. Also, this was released yesterday. Butterfly the Moonlight is also going to be released on October 2nd. So we're getting Magic Lord Blast October 2nd, Butterfly the Moonlight October 2nd, and Silver Dust Blaze September 4th. So those 2 months are going to be really jammed up months.
Just to specify.
Yeah,
just to give you an idea of what this is going to look like. So, June 26th comes the trial deck. The Tri 3 trial decks. And then July 7th comes Next Stage. Which has
July 10th comes Next Stage.
July 10th has Next Stage. July 10th also comes the Premium Collection, correct?
No, so August 7th has Premium Collection.
And
August 7th also has the reprint as well.
The Fighters Collection? Gotcha. And then after that, we have to wait to September 4th for Silver Dust Blaze.
September 4th for the Silver Dust Blaze, and then October 2nd, we're getting the Magic Lord Blaster
just
set
to give
along with
an overall look at what this should look like going down the pike. Essentially, basically, we're going to have a lot of, oh, that sucks, I'm not going to buy it. Because we're going to basically see how each set plays out in Japan beforehand. So, for example, Silver Dust Blaze comes out in June 19th in Japan. That's June. That's 3 months apart. Personally, kind of crazy. And then on to the Moonlight, which should be July 30th.
May I remind our audience, right, that they got Magic Lord Blaster in like June. We're getting this in October. That's like a good 4 to 5 month hiatus, which is unfair, but continue.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy, yo. It's just dumb. It's big dumb. Yeah. So, like, let me not act like I'm a jerk, right? Okay, so let me act like a jerk for a second. I completely understand the need to move things back a bit because of the pandemic. What I do not get is why they felt the need to move it back so far down, especially if they're not postponing anything coming out in Japan. If you're not proposing things coming out in Japan, And if it's that bad in Singapore, why not just move? I mean, why not just hold things off in Japan for a while to make things come out consistently? Because if it's gonna look like this, they're pretty much gonna have to come out with the next set, with this upcoming set, the Phantom Dragon Heart. They're gonna have to literally to reset everything back to like being within a month or two. They're gonna have to come out with something and that right on top of each other. Like the Moonlight and this will have to be probably right on top of each other. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not great for the Western world of Vanguard to see how all of the stuff we're about to get in a few months play out meta wise. For those people who really take how good things are seriously, it's just gonna like deter people from buying things.
The Moonlight, right? The Moonlight's on top of Match Lord Blaster. They're both October 2nd. But honestly, I understand what you're saying, but I can't fault Bushiroad too much in this. This is a pandemic season. On top of that, right, printing English cards and printing Japanese cards are two different printing presses.
Yeah.
Because Japanese cards take a lot more time. They're a lot thicker than English cards. English cards take a lot more time to do the text, the results, and the art, you know.
My point is, they print the English cards in Singapore, I believe, and Singapore is also having some pandemic issues.
Their printer press is in Singapore, yes.
So my thought process is, I get extending it a bit, but maybe a month. A month is good enough. 2 months, 3 months is a lot. Like, I'd be okay with August and September for Silver Dust Blaze and September for Match Stealer Blaster. 3 months is just unnecessary. That's just them not caring to find a way to make a solution. No, that's just them not caring to make a solution.
No. And honestly, right, we don't know what's going on over there in Singapore. There could be an issue because Singapore right now is one of the worst places for coronavirus. On top of this, right, in order to make the cards, right, you're gonna have to work with other people to make the card. You know, social distancing.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's gonna. We don't really know their issue over there. Again, we gotta understand the Bushiroad is the Bushiroad is also a business. You know, they're not solely concerned about Vanguard. They got other ventures to deal with. You know.
Well, no. Let me to specify. Bushiroad, Vanguard is a business subsidiary of Bushiroad. Bushiroad does not handle everything in Vanguard. Bushiroad makes sure Vanguard is handling everything in Vanguard correctly. So let's speak that clearly. Secondly,
could they do better? They definitely can do better. But with the things going on, because you guys in Bushiroad. But Bushiroad owns Vanguard, right? They own the card game company. They also own a wrestling company. They also own a cable company. They also own a TV company. So they own a lot of things other than just card game. I will give the benefit of the doubt.
To specify again why I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. Vanguard, Cardfight Vanguard is a subsidiary of Bushiroad. Bushiroad makes sure Cardfight Vanguard is ran smoothly. This is not running things smoothly. This is going, let's put another set out right after these sets, even though clearly NA won't be able to get the set until November, which means we're going to have our sets coming out within 3 months apart from another, unless they do something crazy where they put 2 sets out at the same time. Whereas, it'd be smarter for them to hold off on Phantom Heart for like a month to ensure that they can put a Phantom a month after in America. That would be the smart thing to do.
No, hang on. I will give them some credit here because if you see right, the Match Lord Blaster set on Lower Flyer to Moonlight is coming out October 2nd, right? Silver Dust Blaze coming out September 4th. So that's only a month difference. Usually we have to wait 2, 3, 4 months for cards to come out in between. It's only a month difference, which is great. I like that.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but where I'm not giving them credit is that because they're also coming out quite quickly in Japan as well. Let me say that Silver Dust Blaze and Match Stealer Blaster also come out quite quickly when connecting to each other in Japan as well. As a matter of fact, Match Stealer Blaster comes out with the premium set in Japan. Premium set has its own release date in America. So this is where I get where everyone likes to give them the benefit of the doubt, but this is where giving them the benefit of the doubt because they're a big company kind of shifts on all of us as Vanguardians, as Vanguard players and anime watchers, because we keep giving them the benefit and they just keep showing us that giving them the benefit is pointless.
I don't know. I feel like I want to give them a bit of time because I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with Match C and Moonlight coming out October and Hulu's because out September that close to each other.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving the benefit of doubt may not be the best term of words. I want to give them time.
So in a year from now, when you're still looking for time, I'm gonna remind you to give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I think we need to be a little more. If we want, we need to show them if we are passionate about anime, we're passionate about Vanguard, then we need to show them that we expect better. They're doing this because now the only other thing near it in America to be played is Yu-Gi-Oh, and it just sucks apparently.
Yu-Gi-Oh has it worse. You know how many years it takes for them to get an anime card from them?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. It's worse in Yu-Gi-Oh. So that's why you're giving them the out. It could be worse, yes, but that doesn't mean to give them the pass. Just because it could be worse is not a good thing. If we're saying it could be worse about something we're all passionate about, passionate enough to start a podcast, mind you, then saying it could be worse is the worst thing to say. Because it could be worse than saying, by all means, make everything marginally better than Yu-Gi-Oh. I do need to remind you again that Vanguard is a subsidiary of Bushiroad. Bushiroad runs Vanguard, White Schwartz, and Buddy Fight. There's crossover because Bushiroad does their tournaments together. And Vanguard wanted to do the tournaments apart, and Bushiroad said, okay, it'd be a different thing. So,
honestly, Tyron, I do agree with you because Vanguard right now is their flagship card game. Right, it used to be Buddy Fight, but right now Vanguard is their flagship card game. So they should be doing better in their release dates. But with circumstances, I can't fault them too much. Honestly,
I'm not trying to fault them that much because of the circumstances. I'm saying due to the circumstances, I'm saying they weren't doing better without the circumstances. To assume that they're gonna ever do better with the circumstances is immature. And I'm saying yes, I see extending it a month due to the circumstances. 2 months is just them being careless.
So you're saying that they shouldn't use this pandemic as an excuse not to do better?
No, I'm saying I'm saying Singapore is not. I'm not sure how bad Singapore is, but I believe them probably not to be in the best shape. My issue is if Singapore's if Singapore's not in bad shape, if they're in bad shape, that's fine. Don't keep forcing them to put stuff out because the reason everything's behind is because, quite frankly, they're making them work through. They probably make them take a break, and then now that they're getting back to work, they have to work through all of the stuff that they continued to receive in Japan because Japan was never really on lockdown. So my issue is they're continuing to push out stuff in Japan while forcing Singapore to catch up, even though they had to take a break. So my issue is, wouldn't it be nicer to everyone if they just stalled one of these or stacked them together instead of constantly pushing out new stuff that comes out in a month or two in Japan? And then we won't see it for another 3 months ish. It'd be better overall.
I understand your point. Right, I understand your point that they should probably slow things down in Japan so English can catch up, so they can start, at the same time. But
that's not really my point.
We don't.
Let me clarify my point a little bit. My point is, instead of going, okay, Western world is the second. Instead of seeing the Western world as the second thought, maybe they should start thinking a little more globally when it comes to their production. If Singapore has to stop production and Japan still goes on, that hurts the other world part of Vanguard. Because it's not just hurting Vanguard. It's American Vanguard. If it's happening to us, it's happening to other regions who aren't as privileged as us when it comes to Vanguard. Other language sets. So that's something to also take into account. Right? So my issue is it would be easier for them to say, we get that you want this next set in Japan, but maybe hold off a little bit so the people around abroad won't feel less shitty about the situation. Because right now, I do, and I'm sure other people do too. Like, for me to have to sit here and see all the Silver Dust Blade stuff be released, and then go, oh, it'll probably come out in like August or August maybe, and then to see it come out in September, like, that's disheartening. It's disheartening.
I understand that it's disheartening for the Japanese side of the fence to get their cards 3 to 4 months before even you get your chance to even get them. I understand that.
So my thing is, it would be easier to make Japan suffer for a month and then catch us up a little bit, so we'd suffer less, than to just go, screw it. Let's just keep pushing out stuff in Japan and Singapore catch up eventually. That's also being disheartening to people who work in Singapore. That's all I'm saying. It's like, I'm not trying to say do better even during a pandemic. I'm saying do better overall, so that during a pandemic, you won't put so much pressure on everyone else.
Yeah, because it does kind of bothers me, because I'm sure they're gonna get Phantom Dragon Heart probably in like early July, early August time, when we're trying to catch up. We haven't even, like, we're talking about this now, and we haven't even gotten the trial decks yet for Try 3, and they've already gotten it. So
they've already gotten next stage.
Yeah, and they got MOB too.
So we already know that the force comeback that we think is happening isn't happening, because Vanquish and Revan are still top dogs there with these new sets fully out, and so we're going. Magically, our class is going to be better.
Like, honestly, I played tested MOB against Revan and Vanquisher, and MOB handles it just fine, if not better than those decks.
He's
but I understand that
third best. He's definitely third best. He's definitely usurping what would be currently Altmile as third best, which usurped what was Mordred as third best.
Can I add something, guys?
Yeah.
I kind of want to add on to your point, Cycly. So, just in a general sense, it seems like I don't know Bushiro's, but I know for sure Vanguard, like, I mean, okay, look at Yu-Gi-Oh! For example. Look at how well Yu-Gi-Oh! Did in America. Look at how popular it is. Every person knows what Yu-Gi-Oh! I wouldn't be surprised if they had a path. I mean, Cycly, is there a path to pro for Yu-Gi-Oh?
Say again?
In America? Is there a path to pro to Yu-Gi-Oh! In America?
There was. I'm not sure if there still is.
But there was, though. And see, Vanguard, we don't get that. Like, yeah, it seems like compared to like other Japanese card games, well, it's mainly Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, Vanguard just doesn't like. My cousin, okay, so he lives in a city 2 hours away from here, and he at the time, he tried playing Vanguard, but now it's dead. You know why? Because they only have like 1 or 2 card shops, and Vanguard is not a thing. Here, I can only think of 2 card shops that do Vanguard, and they're like 30 minutes apart from each other. Like.
Yeah.
It just seems like Vanguard doesn't get treated well here at all, and I wish it could be as hyped up as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is.
In my deep dive for starting the podcast, and in learning some other stuff about Vanguard, and about when V came out, also improving people wrong about how strong OTT was when it first came out, because it was actually really strong. I learned that it was rumored that Fushiro was considering dropping the Western world, the English version of Vanguard, going into the next Vanguard set, going into V, and they decided against it. And their claim was that it wasn't as popular, and my claim is that, looking at what they're doing now, I see why it's not as popular. They're basically telling everyone.
They're not gonna lie. I used to count on 2 hands how many cards I can go to define Vanguard. Now, because of this coronavirus, because of these unprecedented circumstances, I can only count on 1 hand, if not 3 fingers, how many cards I can go to. Like, card shots that we usually go to for Vanguard have now gone under, so or they dropped the game entirely. Yeah. So it's not.
Prime example: the card shop that we go to doesn't sell singles anymore. They only sell very rarely high rarity cards. They don't buy cards at all.
Yeah, they don't sell singles anymore.
And the one shop and premium's not a thing.
The one shop I went to go get singles for Vanguard, right, closes in August. Why? Because it couldn't run the shop properly. So there's very little that we can do about the whole thing with the card shops. But if Bushiroad really wants to put more stock into the English part of Vanguard, they can and they should. I want sometimes I actually do want. I kind of want to go to Walmart, and see Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, and Vanguard there. Just imagine how many people. Thank you. New people will go to events. Just think, it's about looking at it in the retail stores.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said they do it in Japan. It's everywhere in Japan, but it's nowhere near here. Why?
Thank you. Clearly, it's not a priority, and I don't think that they care to try it. And clearly, looking at these dates, that's the only thing I've been going on about. While people are coming at different fight, there have been some people are coming at them primary people because they keep saying the same thing you say. Give them time, give them grace. At least we're here. No, demand that they do better for us. Look at these dates. This is stupid. Even with pandemic, this is dumb. Because without pandemic, it would be 2 months, and so that would be I would be annoyed with that.
If Vanguard was 5 years old, 7 years old, or 8 years old, right?
You can overlook these things.
Let's give them time to recuperate. Yeah, but they've now ran Vanguard for 10 years. Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Time for them to grow.
Honestly, this is ridiculous.
Time for them to grow up already. It's enough. Fix it.
Things are right. It breaks my heart, honestly, because when I saw a poll on the Vanguard's Facebook page. It was the main Facebook page for Vanguard, right? And someone ran a poll. Who's gonna die first, Yu-Gi-Oh or Vanguard? Probably and guess what people said? Vanguard. 90% of people.
I would.
And I think is that right? It hurts my soul when I see that, but I can't disagree because of how Bushiroad is doing this.
They could care less.
I can't disagree with that.
That's the thing. If they cared a bit more, then it wouldn't be an issue, right? If they cared to be a bit more, they cared to create a pro. They cared to be a bit more globally thinking, then everything could improve overall, and honestly, we'd have a better situation. And I don't want to stay on this topic too long, but I do want to go into what Jedi thinks. He does feel like the release dates aren't is not a super big concern. I completely disagree, but they aren't taking into account properly by people. They aren't taking into account properly by people in the U.S. that then there could be several under sale. Gotcha.
Honestly,
okay. So he's saying if they're not taking into account properly by people in the United States, then there could be a severe undersell. And he's saying that, take for example, that he recently put some stocks into emerging markets in Asia and Japan, for things that it can certainly be a boom to see how things play out first, and then transition over to the U.S. not just as an investor but as a card fighter. I mean,
honestly, Bushiroad, you're probably not listening to this right now, but if you are, honestly, I know it sounds like a business risk to put in any stock into the retail market in the U.S. But if you did, right, if you started making deals with Walmart, Target, Toys,
they don't have to do that. They don't even have to do that. At Barnes and Nobles, they have seats and places you can go and play every Thursday. Like you said, at Target, 7-Eleven.
But honestly, you guys don't know this, right? But there was a time, right? I went to Barnes and Nobles, right? I went to Barnes and Nobles just about 6 months ago. I was there with a friend, and I guess what I saw? I saw 4 people playing Vanguard at Barnes and Nobles. And I was like, hang on. If there are people playing Vanguard outside of card shops, imagine if they were selling it, if they were selling Vanguard outside of card shops. This game would explode.
Yep.
Exactly.
So now the game's fizzling.
Again, my brother loves the idea of playing Vanguard instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! But he only knows one friend who even used to play Vanguard. He lives in Plano, and I'm the other person who brings him in. He has 2 kids, doesn't have a lot of time.
Oh.
So to get into something that would be hard for him to even enjoy in a bigger scale is not a bad idea for him. So I get that,
So fun fact. You said you live in Plano, right?
Yeah.
So fun fact: the biggest card shop, gaming, comic store, whatever, is in Plano, and they don't do Vanguard.
Yeah, I know.
It is the biggest shop, and they don't have Vanguard.
Nope. So we need to go on because I need to. I gotta go on a few. So we need to move on to the new set announcement. On to the new stuff. Ali, want to talk us through it?
Yeah, boy. So we got
a
new set announced, right? Called Phantom Dragonheart, and yes, my boy, my G, Dragheart Lord is returning. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing, right? And so we got Drakar Luard, Darkface Gordora, Excellent Expertise Rising Nova, Pentablasters Overlord, and Emperor Dragon Gaia Emperor. Now, it's kind of funny because during these clans used to be an extra set, but because the extra set wasn't selling, they got the shop out in there. Just kidding. But confirmed news, Dragheart Luard will drag shift the drag driver, so you know what that is. Drag drive was the Grey Force Stride to Dragheart. So what Dragheart did was that it sent units back to the bottom of the deck for a free stride, and so you go into drag this driver from Dragheart. Arcface, Gordoro get a new cradle marker. It's going to be pretty cool. Rising Nova will have mastery over force markers. What that means, I don't know. Probably going to use both at the same time. It's obvious. Phantom Blaster Overlord will cross-draw with Phantom Blaster Dragon. It's going to be lit. DB Talks, I know you're hyped for this dragon, you know what I'm saying? And then and then Guy Emperor will have evolved equip gauges, which means the equip gauge will have a new effect. So I guess we can start with Luard. I'm personally hyped for it, but I'll let you know what y'all think.
I think this is great for Bobo. For not Bobo, who's that? Also
Virgil.
I think it's great for Also I think it's great for Jazai.
Hello?
So, my thing is, I am excited about Overlord. Oh, sorry. We're talking about Luard. I didn't play Premium, so yeah, I didn't play Premium. So I know he was good, but I didn't know why he was good.
He looks cool.
Yeah. As far as Overlord, Phantom Blaster Overlord, yes, I am excited. Though. I mean, I am, but I'm not because I don't want to let go of Gust Blaster, man. That's my homie. It's my avatar.
Oh my God.
I don't want to replace him.
What about Phantom Blaster Overlord? You already run 2 decks.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, what's up?
You already run 2 Shadows decks anyway. Just run Luard in a different Shadows deck. Shelf Mordred. You don't like him that much anyway. And then run.
I do like Mordred though.
Yeah, you don't.
I do like Mordred. I just, it's tough.
You don't. You like Mordred, but you couldn't bring it to yourself to take the domains out of your Gust Blaster deck and put them into your Mordred deck when you knew that would solve your problems. I mean,
you're right.
Just shelve Mordred, grab Luard, grab Phantom Blaster Overlord, toss me your Phantom Overlord, toss me your Gust Blaster deck. Move Gus down to maybe
Tyrant. Stop that. You can't do that. That's his avatars, bro. You can't do that. Anyway, I'm down for Luard. I cannot wait to build it. It's going to be amazing.
Talented players, bro. I swear. I joke, I kid. Up. I mean, actually, if you did want to go into another set of domains, if you wanted to run 3 Shadows decks, I mean, you technically the new Fighters Collection reprint of domains will be super cheap to get into. So that
is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Well, let me specify. It'd be super cheap compared to the cost of current domains.
Yo, can we talk about how the main is like $20 a pop right now? That's ridiculous.
That's because that new set coming out. That's that new set. People are trying to get rid of them now.
Bro, Phantom Blaster Dragon is $45. I'm not even kidding.
Ooh, that's because that new set coming out.
It's that shop hot attacks, bro. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I know, right? Gosh,
But
man.
I'm
These
hyped for
edgelords.
Lord. I'm hyped for Lord, dude. I'm hyped for Lord. I can't wait.
These edgelords, bro. I swear. Anyway, um, anything else in
So
news?
we have the new ability for Grand Gal. Can we go over it?
Yes. Actually, let me. I got this.
No, I want to do
Great
it.
Cosmic Hero Grand Gallop!
I hate you.
I'm feeling it. Auto VC. When it attacks, activate all of the effects below according to the unit's critical. Are you ready, DP Talks? Are you ready?
He's not.
2 or more. I know. Instantly mutes himself. Big yikes. 2 or more. 2 or more crits. 2 or more crits. All of your front row rear guards get power plus 5k until the end of the turn. 3 or more crits. All your front row rear guards gets plus 10k until the end of the turn. That's 15k for 3 crits. 4 or more crits. All your front row rear guards get plus 1 critical until the end of the turn. Act once a turn. Counterblast 1. This unit gets a critical. So let's talk about this. On turn 1, force 2. That's 2 critical. Act, counterblast 1, get a critical. That's 3 critical. That's 15k to your front row. Now, all you really have to do is pray that they release a countercharger for Dimension Police if there's not already one. I'm not sure. I don't play DP.
Alex, don't think there is.
Pray
There
that they
is.
release,
Actually,
and then
I'm sure there is.
You hope that you pull one of the rear guards that can give you crit, a tank crit, smack for 4 crit, at a stupid low number, but it's 4 crit. That's the OTK if they have to take it, baby. Pray you get triggers. Pray you get triggers, and if you don't, you gotta have rear guards that are plus 15k, 2 crits. Who even cares if you hit with that? You have plus 15k, 2 crit.
Okay, and that's what I wanted. So I wanted to remind. So this, because I heard you say to the whole front row, but you corrected it. Yeah, it's only to the front row rear guard. So the
Yes.
Vanguard doesn't get any power.
No,
It does get the
nothing.
crits though.
Vanguard is a support unit. Vanguard is a support unit to the rear guards.
And so the thing is,
Can we just
It's hard
talk
to
about how
decide
this
which
is getting
marker
like
to
4
use.
crits in a turn? It's ridiculous.
That's
the
crazy.
thing is, okay, so yeah, force 2, we get to use the 4 crits easily, but it's still going to be hard to get to ultimate Dayusha unless I have certain cards in my hand that Vanguard.
So, as a preface, DB Talks will still force 1 because he wants to run a couple ultimate dilutions for a superior ride finishing turn, which I support. You want to go 2 great dilutions, 4 grand gallops, and 3 or something else, and then when you can get your grand gallop, when you can get that superior call that you should ride off, you go all in, add a couple power boosters with your crit boosters, and you do crazy thing. I'm okay with it. I just think going force 2 would be a better play, but that makes Dayusha hard to pull off if you're trying to finish.
What you can do, right, is that you can ride black, and then just swing it in their face, and then ride this restand attack again, and then kill them.
So you're saying he can go 4 Grand Gallop, 3 black, and 2 Dayusha, and then go into black, smack, and then go into Dayusha and smack again if they still alive?
Going into black, right? Then ride the Grand Gallop and then shoot him in the face. He goes out.
Gotcha. Alright, well,
This card is looking nuts.
My bro, Mr. DP Talks has a lot to talk about and think about at the same time when it comes to Grand Gallop. Also, he has a lot of money to spend out because he plays both DI and Shadows. So, in the coming months, he's gonna have a lot.
DI? I don't play DI.
Oh, sorry, DP. You were trying to get into DI as well.
I did want to play DI, but I'm not.
You have DI, DP, and Shadows, and are all coming out within the next.
Please tell me something gone
this
here.
year, sometime before January.
I mean, really, I just need to protect deck in general. Whatever.
Get that money up, bro.
I don't have a protect deck at all. I want one.
Yeah, I mean, neither do I. I'm complaining.
To be look, we spent most of this podcast talking about how crazy these release dates are, and we ran out of time. we want to touch on the Gorilla Cradle marker right for a bit. Anyone know what that might do? Have any ideas before we go?
I have a couple ideas. I think the cradle marker is going to be like, put this. It's going to be on the opponent's side of the field. So put this on the opponent's side of the field. Put it under a rear guard. The rear can't stand. Simple as that.
Gotcha.
And then for the player who's casting it, right? For having cradle markers, you get that much power. Simple.
All right. Will they be stackable or nah?
No, because like it's just one unit on that side that can't stand anymore.
Have y'all seen that meme where it's like, Bushiroad tries to balance protect with great new ideas, and instead it goes, Bushiroad just using protect as a guinea pig for new engines.
Wow.
Oh my god. Also, what they could do, is that they could do how they did it in
I just
G,
ruined that meme.
right?
My bad.
So you can do a cradle marker, right? You can take a cradle marker. You can put any point in damage zone. Just guard from the damage zone. Put it back to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's a face down damage. So kind of like corrupting their damage a little bit.
Have they released any of Butterfly the Moonlight, Night Rose Harry? Just ask.
No.
They're in talking points. Alright.
They're still on Silver Dust. I mean, they haven't released the X yet. So.
Let's talk about the real talking point. When they gonna release the cross? That's the real talking point. When we get the cross?
Tuesday.
It better. I don't even play Overlord. I play Blade Master. Don't even care that much. Actually, I don't care at all. My homie Hermit, everyone's favorite Hermit, cares deeply, and they keep teasing my boy without putting out. And I'm tired of it. We want the cross.
I mean, all the VRs for
Tyra White the cross. When do we want it now? Who do we want the cross? When do we want it now?
Oh jeez. So like the end is already 40, the grade's 50, and waterfall's already in the 10s. So all those cards have gone up in price dramatically just because of this one VR.
Wait, did you say waterfalls are in the 10s?
Yeah.
Did you say waterfalls are in the 10s?
Because it's in the twos, bro.
You said waterfalls are in the 10s? I got my waterfalls when they were $3. That's the $8.
Bro, I got my waterfall for free, bro. I did that to the man a favor.
Waterfall's not gonna be a part of my Blade Master deck in the coming set, so let me go ahead and no, I'm joking. They're going to DB Talks because he wants them.
Oh my god.
My dude's gonna.
I just want to gush about Drakkar Luard, Congratulations Drag Driver. I just want to
go for it.
Talk about that because honestly, because the original ability of Drakkar was that when you have 3 or more grade 1s in your drop zone, this is all based on grade 1, by the way. When you have 3 or more grade 1s in your drop zone, right, you can send 2 normal units to the bottom of the deck and then look for grade 4 and stride it. So I'm guessing this one will say choose 2 units from your drop zone. If you have 3 more grade 1s, send them back to the bottom of the deck. Search your deck for a Drag Driver Luard or a Luard card and Superior Ride. So this is what points do.
I respect that. Yeah.
If it's at the end of the battle that attacked, now we have a restander. That's great, and now we have a restand. That's better than Clearance Sword. That's even better. Also, what the other Luard did was that when it was placed, right, you would counterblast 1, retire rear guard, call 2, right, and those units got 1K for each grade 1 card your drop zone. So if you're gonna retrain it, they could be like, okay, counterblast 1, retire rear guard, call 2, and those grade 1s get plus 3K or plus 5K for each grade 1 in your drop zone. That's fantastic. So now you got mega attackers just hitting you in the face one by one. So I'm ready for this card, bro. I'm ready.
Are you gonna run Luard? I mean, not Luard. Sorry, you gonna run Luard?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
God, I swear. Why do we get people with the
Allie, whenever you do get Luard, can you show up in like a witch's outfit, like wearing a witch hat?
Oh wow.
In your dreams, Pedro. In your dreams.
I feel like you had to go all out and stuff in that deck. Like, I mean, he's wearing a freaking witch hat in the picture. Come on.
I feel like Allie should.
I would do it.
I feel like DB Talks You should cosplay as Luard, and Allie should cosplay as his wife, Skull Witch Naaman.
I mean, guys, look. If you think about it,
I've been
cosplaying as Ren this whole time. I have long hair, so.
Man, why
But
you
it's
can't
not
why you
red
can't call you
though.
French?
But it's not red though. You gotta color hair red. You should do that.
You gotta dye your hair red, bro. It's not red. You know what I'm saying? You gotta dye your hair red.
I mean, Allie, the first day you met, or the second day you met me, you're like, oh, dollar store Ren. I'm like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I said that. I said dollar store because if at least if you're the real red, you would beat me more often. But you don't beat me often. You just lose. Anytime we card fight, you lose.
And on that, thank you guys for watching and or listening to the Planet Cray podcast. Wherever you find us, we're glad you did. And if you didn't find us on YouTube, please remember to stop by, like, subscribe, and comment. Tell us what you think. What are your thoughts? Shame me for being disrespectful to Bushiroad, the almighty forefather of all things awesomeness. I'm joking. I'm lying. I'm out. Peace and love.